Hey, welcome to So Awkward. It's me, Don.
I'm Jester.
And we just saw Star Trek Beyond. That's what it's called. Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called. Am I supposed to do it too?
I don't know, sure. What'd you think? Uh-oh.
You're watching So Awkward. This is Freddy Krueger saying, hi!
I haven't liked any of them. This was maybe the most fun.
I'm a huge Trekkie. Biggest Star Trek fan you know
Yes.
that you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
I grew up on it. Love it. Did not like J.J. Abrams' first two films. As a Star Trek film and just as a movie, as science fiction, just didn't think it was a very good film. And I thought there were so many decisions that were kind of insulting to the Star Trek universe. It was a Star Trek movie made by people who didn't want to make Star Trek. Once he became the Star Wars guy, he abandoned Star Trek. But I love this movie. I thought it was great.
Did you really?
I did. I enjoyed it. If this movie had come out instead of if this had been the first rebooted Star Trek movie, I may have thought it was dumb, because it was certainly dumb. I mean, they're all big budget, overblown action movies, which is not what Star Trek is. It's not what made the shows great. The shows are really thoughtful, intelligent science fiction stories with great characters. The movies are not like that. But what made this one work is that it was fun. It was fun. I mean, it was silly. The characters I thought were well used. I mean, everybody had their little moments and things to do. I think they did a really good job of having it feel like the crew, which I think is integral to a Star Trek movie. I mean, the story was hard to follow. I didn't really get it. The main villain was lame, and his motivations didn't make any sense.
Not at all.
But I still really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. If you take one thing away from this review, I feel excited about Star Trek again, which I haven't been able to say in like 15 years. Like, I'm looking forward to the next movie. Like, I enjoyed this, and it made me remember that Star Trek is fun, and Star Trek isn't overblown and pretentious and stupid and annoying.
There's another movie.
I imagine there'll be another movie.
I thought this was the end of it.
In the first couple movies, I didn't get Chris Pine. Like, I think he's a fine actor. He's a likable guy, but there was something missing. But I really liked him in this one. This was the first one where I was like, okay, he's believable as a leader, as a captain. I thought he had a little William Shatner to him.
He wasn't exactly an asshole.
Exactly. I don't think he was an asshole at all.
I say that because in the other movies he is an asshole.
He's an asshole.
I can't just say he isn't one. Because if we're going to continue with his character, I mean, he's an asshole.
Kirk is not an asshole. It's one of the things like they really messed up in the first two movies is when they made them like, oh, Kirk is somebody, he breaks the rules all the time and he does whatever he wants. No, he really doesn't really do that in the show at all, almost. He follows the rules. But there's this idea he's this Han Solo character, and he's not. So they tried to make him this rebel, but in doing so, they just made him an asshole. Like, I don't even think they know what a rebel is. They think a rebel's an asshole. They did that with Spock, too, like Spock. Oh, Spock is this guy who has no emotions, so he's an asshole. No. Spock has emotions, he's just reserved, and he keeps his emotions in check. Oh, Bones is an asshole. Okay, Bones is an asshole. But that works for the character because he's funny. Like, Carl Urban is still my favorite. My expectations were low. Like, really low. Like, I expected this is going to be another terrible Star Trek movie. And there's going to be people who hate it. There's going to be people who tear it apart because it's dumb. But I don't know. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the cast was great. I really like Jayla, like that that alien chick with the stripes on her face. They beat the enemies by playing the Beastie Boys, which was probably the stupidest scene in movie history, but it made me giggle. Like, I thought it was fun.
That made me laugh.
Yeah, it was neat.
I don't think I laughed otherwise.
Not even at
I laughed when she first played the music.
Public Enemy.
Yeah.
You didn't laugh at Carl Urban?
No,
His witty repartee with Spock?
I did not.
Oh, I enjoyed that. I liked it. I'm endorsing it as a Star Trek fan, a lifelong Star Trek fan. Do I wish they would go back to making movies like Star Trek 4, which had zero action at all? It didn't have a villain. They just had to go back in time to bring humpback whales into the future because of the extinction of animals, we ended up destroying the planet. It had an environmental message. They'll never do that again. They're not going to make another smart Star Trek movie. Everything is a giant, big budget action adventure a la Star Wars. All I can hope for is that they're fun and they have a little bit of Star Trek to them. This one was fun and it had a little bit of Star Trek to it.
Okay, bye.
Continuity, I can't wear the hat.
Oh, sorry.
Bye.
Bye.
Live long and prosper. And this is where you say, may the force be with you.
I'm not that much of an asshole. I do know the difference between the two.